Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is once again Lord Ice, and this is a very special supplemental episode to Star Trek Online. Rise of the Red Shirt. Not Rise of the Red Shirt, that's Alk's thing. Battle for the Alpha Quadrant. Sorry! Although you should go watch Rise of the Red Shirt while you're at it. I am back on Tribble. Legacy of Romulus has gone live, but there's something on Tribble that we need to check out. And it is the new fleet holding. I'll probably get into the fleet system later on. It is the Dilithium mine. And on Tribble, I am part of the Cryptic Tribbles fleet, which just about anyone can join. It's now a Tier 2 Dilithium mine, which means we've got the exterior and interior Dilithium maps. And I'm going to go in, and I'm going to show you just how beautiful this is. It's a fun area. Going in. And I haven't made a video in a while, just stuff's been going on. I'll probably make an episode either tonight or tomorrow, if I get around to it. But, in the meantime, it's time to show you the new pretties. And what the Dilithium mine does for fleets is it allows them to discount the things that they can put into the fleet holdings, which will make it so that it's cheaper to get everything. It also adds warp cores and consoles that are like the best in the game. Warp cores, again, I'll have to get to them. They were added with Legacy of Romulus, they're new. So, welcome to the space map. Giant blue. That's actually kind of bright. Over here, if I am right, let's see, holdings. Is this the trade facility? Yeah, this is the trade facility. No. Yeah, I think this is the trade facility. Basically, people who come here, they trade. This is the Ferengi part of the station. So, nice and pretty. There's a hole under the Dilithium mine, so I'll fly through it to go to the development part so we can get a nice, good look at that. The mine itself looks really, really, like, Tholian inspired. It's really cool looking. Zip. And over here somewhere. Ah, here we are. Come about. Also, you'll notice that this is another ship that you haven't seen. The last time I did an episode, it was the Duty Officer tutorial. Same character, new ship. Well, technically it's one of his oldest ships, but I finally got a build for it that makes it fun to fly again. Which makes me happy. Again, development facilities. Nothing too special, just there for the fluff. So, all the action is down on the surface, but I'm going to fly around the Dilithium mine again, just for posterity's sake. And notice, this map is not done yet. Notice the name of the map is player_Dilithium mine system 1. Yeah. I haven't even given it a proper name yet. This is very much an early beta. It'll probably be a couple weeks before this is released to holodeck. And you can look and see, yeah, it's a mine. It's a mine. You dig around, you look for things. And you get dilithium. So, beam to surface. Sorry, I've got a song stuck in my head right now. And we've beamed in. Notice the giant purple crystal. First thing you see, giant floating dilithium crystal. Running around, there's not much to do on the outskirts. You can notice, if you watched Star Trek Nemesis, that the UI for most of the computers is Riemann, which is a decent touch. Over here we've got, I think you're the duty officer giver, and you can get minor duty officers, a type that we've never seen before. You can get Ferengi, you can get Uridians, which is the first time we've seen Uridian duty officers, and probably the best ones of all time. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, you can get Hordas to join your crew. And of course they have quotes. Dilithium is to reach to eat every day. I got eat through a power conduit yesterday. It was chewy. Too many things on this ship require hands to operate. The renewal approaches. The future awaits us in the vault of tomorrow. The stories are in the stones. Our history is recorded on the stone of memory. I could really go for a nice piece of granite right about now. It's just lots of rock-based quotes. The Iridians have a lot of information-based quotes, and I haven't looked at the Ferengis quotes. But I'm sure they're probably funny too. Alright, what do you have to say, Krex? Meet me in my quarters later and I'll... No! I'm not meeting you in your quarters! I'm a digger. I can find dilithium anywhere. Good. Hey! Hands off my Latinum. Silly, silly Ferengi. Over here we have a Riemann personnel officer. He is Riemann. He is the minor foreman. And he gives a pair of dilithium dailies. Now, what did he have to say about those dilithium dailies? Dilithium mining duty officer assignments. Okay, so I already started them. They're 18 hours long each. They require 3 or 4 officers. And they give you energy credits and dilithium. And some experience for your troubles. Actually, a decent amount of experience for those. Over here's somewhere. Where did I find you earlier? Oh, there's another personnel officer over here, and she's Cardassian, which makes sense because the dilithium mining station is in Cardassian space. So that's the mine from overhead. And yes, there is a reason there is all of this stuff out here. It is because you can go out there. It's really cool looking. But some of the biggest draws of the dilithium mine are the items. Requisition space equipment. You are the one that gives... Okay, consoles. And these brilliant, brilliant consoles are the most overpowered things in the game. So far. Also, worth noting, holdings. The dilithium mine gives you discounts for buying items. So you can, like, get dilithium store discounts and everything, so it doesn't cost as much dilithium to buy stuff. And to put stuff in, so it makes the fleet system a bit easier. That's why Special Tactics and Recon is going to be rushing this when it hits holodeck. So, there are new types of consoles. There are 3 types. Enhanced Neutronium, Enhanced Monotanium, and Enhanced RCS Accelerators. The Neutronium consoles give all damage resistance, but they also gain either power transfer rate buffs, hull hit point buffs, turn rate buffs, which are just gorgeous, and hull repair buffs. At maximum, they give 18.8 all kinetic damage, and what do I have on this guy right now? He doesn't have a Neutronium. But anyway, you get a sizable transfer rate. You get a sizable turn... Oh, bug. Sometimes it'll display one item no matter which one you mouse over. Oh, close open. So you can get up to plus 21.2% turn rate on an armor console, which is great. And Neutronium is, of course, all damage resistance. Literally all damage resistance. Kinetic and all damage. Energy damage. Resist kinetic consoles. Same plus modifiers as before, except this one is strictly kinetic, and it'll make you plus 42.5 kinetic damage resistance and turn rate. The best ones, however, are the RCS accelerators. Notice they're not terribly expensive. 50,000 fleet credits, not much. 9,400 dilithium, that is with at least a 3% discount though. And these are the Mark 12s. But the thing about these is you can get resistance on these. Equivalent to, about half of an... If it says all res, it's about half of a Mark 12 purple Neutronium. If it says kinetic res, it's about half of the Mark 12 purple new Monotanium. And these RCS accelerators actually give bigger turn rate buffs than the Mark 12 purples that we've got now. So, if you had one of these, and one Neutronium giving you a turn rate mod, you're boosting your turn rate by about 65%, and you've got huge amounts of damage resistance. That is wonderful. And they're cheap. They are incredibly cheap. Oh, tailor service. Oh, you're the tailor. Never mind. I thought you were more duty officer things that we hadn't unlocked yet. Notice Cryptic Tribbles isn't at Tier 3 everything yet. We're still working on it, but we've got a dev in the room. Oh, speaking of dev in the room, everybody, Fartoid. Fartoid, everybody, say hello to the internet. Now, on to what I was going to talk about. The biggest things in this system. And look, I got a response from a dev. I feel so proud. Warp cores. As anyone that actually follows the series will already know, I'll go ahead and close this, open the Dilithium store, and ship in space, warp core. There are 3 types of warp cores. Overcharged warp cores, which give you auxiliary power buffs, hyper-injection warp cores, which give you engine power buffs, and field stabilizing warp cores, which give you shield power buffs. And they give different, like, synergy things and engine skill modifiers and what all have you. These warp cores are different and far more powerful. At the Elite Fleet Warp Core level, which is the only core level that anyone's ever going to care about, we've got reinforced warp cores, which give shield power and aux power buffs, and we've got hypercharged warp cores, which give engine and auxiliary. And so far as I can tell, that's the only 2 types. That's really all you need. And there are some very, very unique modifiers on this. For instance, the AMP mod. Plus 3.3% all damage for each subsystem with 75% or more power. Or with 75 or more power. That's overpowered. Because there are ways in this game to get every power level above 100. So, having that warp core can boost your damage by 13.3%, I think. Something like that. EWS recap. 1% chance when hit with energy weapons to grant plus 10 weapon power. That is the EWS mod. AMP, EWS, AMP, EWS. And there are singularity cores that basically do the same thing. Okie dokie. But, of course, this wouldn't be a dilithium mine without the ability to mine dilithium. Of course, if you want to mine dilithium, you need to do it out in the vacuum of space, so you're going to need an environmental suit. So let me just turn on this hideous little thing, start running a little bit. And there's a hilarious glitch on Tribble right now that I'm about to show you. To brighten up for a bit. Well, not just the fact that you walk funny with your frozen boots. Right now, you can shoot the navigation points. Notice all of these security officers blowing the thing to high hell. And for the sake of demonstration, I'm going to blow it to high hell too. This is just us shooting something that has 1 health and it not dying. Because it's probably got like 200% damage resistances or something. This is a hilarious little bug. But anyway, we didn't come here to shoot an innocent navigation point. We came to look at all of this dilithium. And look at this map. I mean, I don't know who did this map at Cryptic. I'm willing to bet that it's my favorite taco ever. But this map is just gorgeous. I mean, look at all of this. Look at how detailed this place is. And you've got a giant planet above you. This place is brilliant. I do not know who made this map at Cryptic, but they deserve... What? Did I really? Okay. Bugs and bugs galore. This is why we test on Tribble, ladies and gentlemen. I clipped through the side of a mountain for a moment. I am still clipping through. No, I'm not. Am I? Was. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is why we test. This is why we test. But really, just look at this place. This place is huge. I mean, there's purple and green and orange and blue and... Really, just a great place. If you didn't have to wear an EV suit here, and most of the EV suits in this game are ugly, the only ones worth looking at are 700 Zen. Cryptic. But if you didn't have to wear an EV suit, I'd hang out here all the time. Because it does have a pretty good proximity to Deep Space Nine. It's got an exchange, bank, mail, once you hit Tier 3, of course. It's got a tailor, it's got everything you would need out of a social hub. So there's really no reason to go anywhere else. Except for the fact that if you're in a really big fleet, there's a good chance it'll probably be crowded. But if you're in a small fleet like I am, you can just hang out basically anywhere, and everything will be just fine. I'm not in Special Tactics and Recon on Tribble because Special Tactics and Recon doesn't exist on Tribble. Special Tactics and Recon is, of course, the fleet for Rise of the Red Shirt, which is another fun still Let's Play with a friend of mine, Alchemisted. Go ahead and check that out if you want to. See about putting a link in the description. Oh, I hurt myself. Oh well. So, I think that kind of wraps up the video for right now. So, I will leave you with more pew pew. Quickly, fire everything! Oh, it's exposed. And snipe. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Also, word of warning, I am going to demonstrate this with this ability because it's going to save my life. But if you turn off your EV suit outside of that force field, you'll get what's happening to him. You can die. The only reason I didn't die there is because I've got Nanite Health Monitor up. Notice how effective Nanite Health Monitor is. If you drop below 75%, you go right back up. Let me just give myself some air again. So yeah, don't turn your EV suit off, for the love of God. Love of God, don't turn off your EV suit out here. And that pretty much wraps up this mini episode of Star Trek Online Battle for the Alpha Quadrant. Right now, the only thing we're battling for is the ability to blow up that little thingy over there. Which, of course, if you've ever gone dilithium mining, is something you're supposed to be able to jetpack over to. Make everything easy to get to and whatnot. They've always been slated as enemies technically because you can target them and use abilities on them. But just about every other mining map in the game has a passive called Combat Disabled. So you can't do exactly what everybody here is doing. Look at all of these security escorts. Look at all of these tactical people that are beaming down members of their crew. I'm pulling in other versions of me from another dimension. And we're just here to kill this thing. We are shooting at it. We are stabbing it with swords. We're throwing grenades at it. And it's just like, I want to help. We're just like, no, we are vengeful and angry players. We will destroy you. But of course it's invincible. I just thought that was funny when I first saw it. I was on a Skype call with Alchemisted and I was showing him around and I walk out and I'm like, am I supposed to be shooting these? And I actually asked Farktoid that earlier. Am I supposed to be able to shoot these? It's like, no, but continue. So, that's all for this episode. Well, mini episode, whichever. So, this is Lord Ice again signing off. Hopefully I'll have another video out by tomorrow, and I'll see about in the next few days getting my friend Input to do a video that we've been hoping to do for a while now, but haven't gotten around to doing yet. And it'll be a ship tutorial on how to build ships. I think we're going to focus on... I think he wanted to do escorts first, because escorts are easy. But that's eventually, hopefully there'll be a regular episode out tomorrow, and it will be on holodeck with the usual cast and crew. So, this is Lord Ice signing off. See you out there. Really, I should sign off from this map all the time now. Honestly. This is just beautiful.